Today is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. This is DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Coming up, we're talking Brian Brown's All-Star win and how things have gone with new crew chief Danny Lasoski. We're also talking Hudson O'Neal's wild Tuesday win at Davenport, Indiana Sprint Week, ASCS, and more Knoxville Nationals paint schemes. Before we dive in, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to the show, leave a review, and hit those follow and notification buttons depending on where you consume this. Make sure to follow at DIRTRACKR on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And don't forget, DIRTRACKR.com has a bunch more cool dirt racing stuff. Now let's get going. Since I didn't have a show yesterday, I wanted to jump back and talk about some of the racing from Tuesday night. First up is the All-Star Show from I-70 Motorsports Park. That was near Kansas City. At the end, it was Brian Brown grabbing his third career All-Star victory at the track that's just 15 minutes from his shop. Shane Stewart, Gio Scelzi, Tyler Courtney, and Kerry Madsen completed the top five. Since hiring his uncle Danny Lasoski to crew chief his car, Brownie has been much improved in recent weeks. He bagged 2 second-place finishes at Eldora during the Kings Royal weekend and a 10th in the Afternoon Royal on Saturday. He was a winner last Saturday night at Knoxville in weekly action and is now an All-Star winner in 2021. It's been a pretty quick turnaround for this team since the dude came in. 2 of Brownie's 3 top 5 finishes with the Outlaws this season have come in his past 4 starts. Hopefully this will translate into some success at Knoxville in a few weeks for the Nationals. I think it'd be really fun if some local and regional guys like Brownie were in the mix on Saturday night. I think that would add some nice flavor to a mix of guys that will include the usual suspects for the Outlaws. We've talked about Gravel, we've talked about Macedo, Brad Sweet, Donnie Schatz, and also Kyle Larson. So you get some of those Outlaw guys, you get guys like Kyle Larson, maybe Tyler Courtney, and then Brownie. I think that would be a really nice race for the win on Saturday night. Behind Brown, what a return to racing it was for one Shane Stewart. He hasn't been in a car all season since he retired from full-time competition and took over running Port City Raceway in Oklahoma. We talked a few days ago about Stewart returning to Knoxville with Bernie and help from Justin Marks. It looks like there won't be any rust to knock off. He led 28 of the 31 laps, and I think if some of those late cautions don't happen, we could have seen him win at I-70. As for the All-Stars as a whole, the full-timers continue to try and solve for Tyler Courtney. He was the highest finishing regular in 4th and added to his already massive series points lead. The All-Stars are back in action tonight at the Missouri State Fair Speedway in Sedalia. It'll be the first time they've been at the track since 2002. The race on the big half mile will pay $10,000 to the winner. If you can't be at Sedalia, you can watch live on Flow Racing. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention the Mars feature from Tuesday night at Davenport. Hudson O'Neal won the Hoker 50 by less than 3/100ths of a second over Brandon Overton. The racing was insane through much of the 50 laps, especially out front between guys like O'Neal, Overton, Bobby Pierce, Brian Shirley, and many others. A lot of big names were in that field too, with the PDC coming to Fairbury this weekend. And those people that were watching were treated to incredible race. We saw 3-wide racing, guys running the top, the bottom, slide jobs, all kinds of stuff. If you haven't watched that race, you can watch the highlights or the full replay available on Flow Racing for subscribers. Nick Hoffman also picked up a nice top 10 finish in that race after starting 15th in Scott Bloomquist's car ahead of their appearance at the PDC as well. And also on Tuesday night, it was Ryan Watt taking the Short Track Super Series win at Bridgeport. The feature went caution-free and was complete in just a little over 14 minutes. Watt's win was worth $5,300, and he topped Matt Shepard, Stuart Friesen, Alex Jankowski, and Rick Laubach. Up next for the Short Track Super Series is the North Region race at Woodhill Raceway on Tuesday, August 10th. And USAC's Indiana Sprint Week continued last night with the sprint cars taking on the Terre Haute action track. Logan Seavey had won the 2 previous nights, and he was looking to continue that success. He's been driving the Baldwin 5. In the feature, Seavey started on the pole and led every lap en route to his 3rd straight USAC sprint car victory. Justin Grant made an early race challenge and actually briefly cleared the 5, but Seavey was able to drive back by him. Grant also tried to track down Seavey late, but the young driver from California was good enough to keep him at bay in the closing laps. Grant ended up 2nd, Chris Wyndham 3rd, Brady Bacon 4th, and Jason McDougall hard charged from 15th to finish 5th. Even with the 3 wins, Seavey still trails Brady Bacon in the Sprint Week point standings with 4 nights now complete. Bacon has finishes of 2nd, 4th, 2nd, and 4th. Only 4 points separate the 2 drivers, though, with Lincoln Park Speedway up next tonight. Bacon also continues to lead the season-long championship standings as well. Kevin Thomas Jr. and C.J. Leary were winners at Lincoln Park earlier this month, while Brady Bacon, Chase Stockin, and Shane Cottle were winners at Putnamville in 2020. We'll see if Seavey can keep that momentum going tonight, but the Sprint Week Championship is shaping up very nicely now with 3 nights remaining. If you can't be at Putnamville, watch the racing live on Flow. With the ASCS National Tour, Sprint Week continued, rolling the last 2 nights with appearances at Creek County Speedway and Caney Valley Speedway. Tuesday night at Creek County, young Ryan Timms stayed hot, winning over Michael Facino and Seth Bergman. It was his second consecutive win. That was after that wild victory on Sunday at Riverside. Timms now has 3 career National Tour victories and has won 9 times this season between the ASCS 410 competition and the midget. He's a driver we've talked about on this show before and one to really keep an eye on this season and seasons to come. And last night at Caney Valley, Dylan Westbrook took advantage of lap traffic to slip past Jake Buback with 2 laps remaining and earn his first career ASCS National Tour win. He's been fast all week with finishes of 3rd, 2nd, and 9th. And you can now check off that ASCS National Tour winner on his resume. Ryan Timms finished 2nd with Buback slipping to 3rd at the end. Sprint Week continues at 81 Speedway tonight, and you can watch it live on Flow Racing and Racing Boys. Tonight's Super DIRTcar Series race at Orange County Fair Speedway has been rained out and will now be a part of the Centennial 100 event at the track on August 12th. We also know that the Land of Legends appearance on August 4th will include 2 features, with the previously postponed Liberty 100 program being added to that day. The series has also canceled the August 3rd stop at Thunder Mountain Speedway due to a scheduling conflict. So with all that said, the Super DIRTcar Series is quiet now until next Wednesday. To see the full updated schedule, hit up superdirtcarseries.com. And in some driver news with the Super DIRTcar Series, reigning champion Matt Williamson will make his sprint car debut this Friday night in a 360 for Glenn Stiers. He will take on the Hummerston Speedway in Ontario. Williamson has had a ton of success in a Northeast Modified, and I doubt it will take him long to get up to speed in a sprint car. Remember that Stuart Friesen actually has a World of Outlaws win on his resume, so these modified guys know how to get it done. We've seen plenty of throwback and special paint schemes in the past for the Knoxville Nationals, and more are on the way for this year's 60th edition. Buick Motorsports showed off their Kramer Williamson throwback yesterday for driver Justin Peck, and Bobby Meinzer will run a sweet Mark Kinzer scheme at the event as well. Kramer ran that famous Pink Panther scheme, and the Buick car should be easy to spot on track. Meinzer is running the famous Mopar black and white scheme with the colored stripes. If you're listening to this and not watching it, you can find both designs on the World of Outlaws Twitter account. The Nationals get underway on August 11th. If you're looking for other dirt racing audio this week, there are a ton of new episodes available to check out from all of the different podcasts. Wing Nation has Brent Marks, Billy Atten, Cassidy Kreitz. Open Red has Mason Daniel. Loud Pedal dropped a bunch of new shows with Logan Seavey, Alex Bowman, Spencer Baston, and Isaac Chappell. The Dirt Nerds have photographer Wayne Regal. Wayne actually contributes to DIRTRACKR.com. Forward Bite has Kevin Dedman. The Dirt from Knoxville has Shane Stewart. Passing Points has Tyler Courtney. Track Talk has AJ Flick. And there are new episodes of Stick Signals, The Dirt Reporters, and Wednesdays with Wayne. To see the full list of shows and episodes, visit DIRTRACKR.com/podcasts. And there are 15 shows on the streaming schedule today. Dirt Vision has a Super DIRTcar Series. Flow Racing has USAC, the Southern Nationals, the All-Stars, ASCS, and more. Matt TV Plus has the War Sprint Cars. And there's weekly and regional racing on Speed Sport and the Cushion. I just said Dirt Vision has the Super DIRTcar Series. They do not. That is canceled for tonight. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Hope you have a good Thursday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more DIRTRACKR Daily.